Alright guys, so I'm back for my fourth and last shave using the titanium haircut and shave. Positive blade gap, 0.76. Forgive me for my nose. So I shaved with this yesterday on camera, so today I'm doing my last shave with 1 day beard growth. And I'll probably give you guys some comments on the blade gap and how aggressive it is, but this is the same Kai blade that I started this week on. So this is the fourth use, and I'm going to do as much as I can with this across the grain pass. I'm just kind of feeling my face. It seems like I should be able to get a decent amount of beard growth off with this against the grain pass, because yesterday I did my two passes against the grain. First one using the against the grain, I'm sorry, the open comb, and then the second pass using the closed comb. And just so you guys can see, so I don't know, there's beard there. It's just, I don't know how much is visibly there for you guys to see, but hopefully you guys can hear it. Okay. That's about as low as I can go on my across the grain pass. So let's just see how that feels real quick. So normally in the past when I've tried to do daily shaving, you guys, it's not that I can't cut down the beard, it's just that whatever's left, it's kind of like, is it really worth it to do that second pass? And again, it's because of the limitations of my skin. So even after yesterday's shave, it was kind of the same after the second shave that I had. And so even if I limited myself to the two passes, I still had a little bit of, kind of like raw skin for about an hour. And then after that, it settles. So the only thing I can really chalk it up to, you guys, is, I know sometimes people are, they say it always comes down to technique, but I tend to think that my skin just is more sensitive, and it's just a little bit more challenging to do daily shaving. So I won't necessarily say that it's the razor's fault, but I will say, just kind of getting ready to do this last shave, I was thinking, because I know I had mentioned that I'm glad I got a chance to try this specific haircut and shave, and I think that's due to the fact that it's one of the more aggressive ones that I can try. If I had the chance to try one of the neutral blade gaps, I'm thinking that maybe my skin would benefit from that. So, all right, last pass, I'm just going to do a with the grain pass using the closed comb side. And during my videos, there wasn't a ton of razors that I could really bring up and mention as far as like comparisons. But just since I've been thinking about this blade having some positive exposure, I don't know if I brought up the Mula R41, and I have a lot of experience using both the 2011 and the 2013, and I actually got those pretty early on in wet shaving, and I would say that I'm a pretty big fan of the Mula R41. It's hard just off of a few shaves of this. If I would say that if this razor is more comfortable for me, because I've used the R41, you know, a lot. So for me, that's kind of why I was thinking, you know what, if I had the chance to try another haircut and shave razor, maybe it would be worth it to try just, you know, an aggression that's a little bit less than this. Or, you know, again, just because, you know, kind of recent to the carbon, the base plate that I'm enjoying with the carbon still has positive blade exposure, but since I have the original base plate from carbon, the lower blade gap has more exposure, and the one with less blade exposure, although still being positive, it makes me wonder if I were to try the neutral, if that's going to be just enough difference to be a little bit nicer on my skin. So I know I don't have the highest quality camera right now, you guys, so I just wonder if you guys can. This little 2-pass shave felt very nice. So another quick thing, so before I hopped on, I checked the website, and I don't know if I hadn't seen this before or if it just recently got listed. Let me see if I actually have it pulled up here. Okay, so this is on the Carbon website right now. Titanium grade 5, P076 DC. Says it's available in 3 to 4 weeks. Medium aggressive, positive blade exposure. So this says it's $500. So you guys forgive me if that's, I'm assuming it's the same razor, because I think I had quoted this at around $400. So would I purchase this at $500? Well, I'm okay with wanting to purchase, or like on behalf of someone that's making a razor. A lot of them are going to want to have you try their handles with their razor, and I think that there's a lot of reasons why that makes sense. Just for me though, I would prefer to have the option to just buy the heads, and then if I really want to try the handle, I can purchase that at a later time. So for me, I'm willing to pay the premium for the head and the base plate. And part of that, you guys, is so that if I like it, but am still kind of left curious, I still have that money to invest in like another base plate if the option's there. So for me, I'm totally okay with wanting to support the artisans in kind of purchasing the whole package. And if they don't allow that option, I understand it. It's okay. But for me, the desire to have a titanium razor I understand the appeal. I'm not going to be one of these shavers that is kind of really desiring that. From my understanding, and again, this goes back to as long as I've been in wet shaving, I can tell you guys I've tried a lot of razors, but I do think that there's still plenty of people on the forums that have tried a lot of different razors. So, in my opinion, there's going to be a lot more feedback that you guys can get from some of the written posts from other members. And part of why I bring that up is if you have two exact razors, supposedly the ones made with stainless steel tend to have just a little bit more aggression. And again, this is just, it's a very broad statement. It's not going to be true in every case, but for a identical titanium made model, it's supposed to be slightly more mild. And the caveat to that is what you get is a little bit more smoothness on the skin, or what they say is like it feels softer on the skin. And so I'm really happy that I got to try this razor. Again, maybe after my fourth shave, it's maybe a little bit more aggressive than what I need. So again, this kind of gets hard because you have the option to try something that is not going to be a huge adjustment, but I could try something that's 1 millimeter, a smaller blade gap, and then how much they hide the edge of the blade and make it neutral exposure. I'm sure that would make enough of a difference for me to be able to give you guys some sort of conclusion like this razor is going to be more suitable for me. So again, the price tag being $500 if that's the case. Here's another thing, you guys. I'm assuming if I buy that razor, it's going to come with the case. Still don't know about the engraving on the bottom, so there's nothing engraved on this, which is okay. But I still think, again, if there's some way to get just a little bit more sharpness in the knurling, that would be great. I'm sure Aji has had prototypes of other types of handles. I like the length. I like the flare on the bottom of this, just having a little bit more width. So a lot of the times, you guys, for me, I tend to hold the razors a little bit lower. And sometimes that can be when I'm going against the grain. That's an easier way for me to hold and maintain the angle. I think it was really nice to be able to try a dual comb. I think I've tried maybe one other dual comb, but for me, there's really not a lot of interest. So there's that. Just trying to cover as many things that I can think about. Again, the one thing that I really want to give Aji my kudos on is that initially when I got this, the overall weight and again the design of the whole razor, because I tend to kind of focus my attention on the geometry and the design of the head, this seemed to work really, really well for me as far as just overall the weight, the balance of it. So that kind of pushes me into saying, for me personally, purchasing some of these high-end razors at a more premium price, just what's available on the market, they tend to be worth it for me. But part of the reason for me being a little bit more hesitant at this time in my shaving journey is when I already have a couple 3-4 razors that I know work really well, although they might work different. Something either has to be a little bit different or it has to work that much better for me to say, you know what, I'd like to add it to the collection. Because in general lately I'm trying to minimize as many new additions to the den. I just prefer to have a little bit less rotation, but that's always kind of changing on how many things do you want to rotate between. So once again, I want to thank Dan Law for taking care of the pass arounds in this. Aji, the haircut and shave guy, first of all, great product. Appreciate you letting us in the shave community have an opportunity to try the different models. Frank from Ethos, I promise I'm going to be getting plenty of use with your shave soaps, which again will be on video very soon. I just want to let everyone know, by chance, I have 2 other pass arounds that I'm on, and they just so happen that I got this razor. I have another razor coming in soon, and then another one. So I would assume you guys are probably going to see me doing some of those shaves with the pass around razors using the Ethos, and so I'm going to give that a pretty good continuous use. But anyway, again, the shave feels really nice. So yeah, for me personally, guys, just to wrap up, there's a chance that I may, in the future, outright purchase, or if I had the chance to borrow, I could kind of go that route. Just a slightly more mild version of this razor, and even if it's in stainless steel, I'd probably just go for that first because of the price, and just because I don't have a preference for titanium. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people happy with this, getting a chance to try it. One other thing, I obviously only got to try this with one blade, but again, using a Kai, it kind of offers for me the maximum level of efficiency and sharpness when I'm kind of trying any razor. So just trying to minimize the passes was really, I think, beneficial for me. I think I got all that. Just wanted to get this little bit. So once again, thanks for everyone that is a part of being able to run the pass around. So I will be shipping it out to the next person. I hope you guys are all doing well and getting good shaves, but I hope everyone has a nice weekend, and I will catch you guys soon.